I wasn't even going to train anymore. I was going from my house to the office to sort this out. And it was the Real Madrid folks calling me from one side and Barcelona calling me from the other. Thank you. The president talking to me from here and there, so it was intense days.
Barcelona has recently been given the opportunity to bring Neymar back to the club, according to reports.
And Barcelona was a team that I loved, that I liked, that I always watched. Since the time of Ronaldinho when he played there, I used to say, no, I want to play there, I want to play there. And it happened. And I don't regret it at all.
Massive €90 million transfer fee, a move aimed at bolstering the Saudi League's profile. However, his time in Saudi Arabia has been anything but smooth.
Having a bit of a bad time at Al Hilal. Let's go through it then. £78 million they paid for him, but we're hearing reports from Brazil that he could have his contract cancelled.
Despite being one of the marquee signings in the region, Neymar's experience in Saudi Arabia has been marred by injuries, limiting his impact on the field. The 32-year-old has played only 7 competitive matches for Al Hilal, an underwhelming return considering the high expectations surrounding his transfer. His struggles have raised questions about his future, and as his contract with the club nears its conclusion, the possibility of a move elsewhere has become increasingly likely.
He has had an absolute nightmare in Saudi Arabia. He's only played 7 times. Pretty soon after he moved to Al Hilal, he was playing for Brazil, serious knee injury. He's been out for about a year. He came back a couple of weeks ago. Everything seemed to be going quite well. Then on Monday night, he was playing in an Asian Champions League game and he was injured again.
Barcelona, the club Neymar once called home, has once again been linked with a move for the talented forward. It's not the first time that the idea of Neymar's return to Catalonia has been discussed. Since leaving Barcelona in 2017 for a record-breaking transfer to PSG, Neymar has frequently been the subject of speculation about a potential return. However, for one reason or another, the move has never materialized. At times, Barcelona's financial constraints made it impossible to pursue such a deal, and at other times, the club simply wasn't interested.
Barcelona may actually be cooking up something special because Neymar returning to Barcelona may actually happen this summer. Neymar leaving Al Hilal to Barcelona, yeah, there's a 77% chance of it happening this summer.
The latest twist in Neymar's saga comes with the news that Barcelona has once again been offered the chance to re-sign him. This was confirmed by reports from various sources, including Victor Navarro. However, it appears that, as has often been the case, Barcelona is not keen on pursuing the deal. The club's sporting director Deco recently made it clear that Neymar's return to the club was not an option. While Deco spoke highly of Neymar's ability, noting that he is still one of the best players in the world when at his best, he also acknowledged the financial hurdles that would make such a move unfeasible for Barcelona at this stage. Deco said, Neymar's return to Barca was a remote possibility. Since he moved to Saudi Arabia, we knew he was a very expensive player, especially in terms of financial fair play. At his best, Neymar is one of the best players in the world. He still is and always will be. He is welcome at any club in the world. He further added, a deal with him can never be ruled out, but right now I see him returning to Brazil. The most important thing is for Neymar to play football again. That will bring joy to himself and others. Honestly, I don't know what he will do, but the most important thing is for him to be happy. For his part, Neymar seems to be aware of the limited prospects of a return to Barcelona. The forward's most likely destination appears to be his home country of Brazil, where a potential return to his first professional club, Santos, has been mooted. Santos, the club where Neymar began his career and achieved prominence, is reportedly interested in re-signing the star player. Though negotiations are still in the early stages, the idea of Neymar returning to his roots has gained traction in recent weeks.
Brazilian club Santos have made a proposal to sign Neymar Jr. to bring him back to the club. It would be a romantic, fantastic football story, but Santos are still waiting for Al Hilal decision on Neymar because Neymar is still under contract until the end of the season, and so now the salary of the player is a crucial part of the discussion.
This move would mark the end of a storied chapter in Neymar's career, one that has seen him play for some of the biggest clubs in the world. His decision to leave Al Hilal could come as soon as this summer, with his contract set to expire. Neymar's departure from the Saudi club seems inevitable, especially given his limited playing time and the fact that he is no longer considered a key player by the team's management. In a recent statement, Al Hilal's coach, Jorge Jesus, mentioned that Neymar could no longer play at the level the club expects, further underscoring the inevitability of his departure. With his contract set to run out at the end of the season, Neymar is likely to move on, with Santos being his preferred destination.
And so negotiations ongoing between Santos and Al Hilal. Neymar is waiting, Santos are waiting. It really depends on the Saudi club now. But Santos want Neymar Jr. They are ahead of Chicago Fire in the race to sign Neymar, really depending on what happens with Al Hilal.
Despite his ongoing injury woes, Neymar remains an attractive proposition for many clubs, but his potential salary demands are a significant barrier. At Al Hilal, Neymar earns an eye-watering salary of around $100 million per year, which no other club can realistically match. However, Neymar is said to be aware of this and is reportedly willing to accept a lower wage at his next destination, focusing instead on playing regularly and maintaining his fitness in preparation for the 2026 World Cup. For Neymar, the priority now is to get back on the field, perform at a high level, and potentially secure a spot in Brazil's squad for the World Cup.
I don't know. Foi o que eu falei, eu confio no meu time, nos meus companheiros, para que a gente possa fazer as coisas corretas para chegar na Copa do Mundo e fazer o que todo brasileiro quer ganhar.
It is not just Santos that has expressed interest in Neymar. The possibility of a move to Major League Soccer has also been floated. Sources have suggested that several MLS clubs are keen on signing the Brazilian star, with the Chicago Fire reportedly among the interested parties. The MLS offers Neymar a different kind of opportunity, both in terms of his career and his personal brand. The league's growing global profile, coupled with the appeal of living and playing in the United States, could make it an attractive option for Neymar. Additionally, he would be able to move to Santos later in his career, maintaining the door open for a future return to Brazil. Despite these possibilities, it seems that a move back to Santos remains Neymar's primary goal. Santos has always held a special place in Neymar's heart, and the prospect of finishing his career at the club where it all began is something that resonates deeply with him. Reports suggest that negotiations between Santos and Al Hilal are already in progress, with a deal looking likely to be completed in the near future. Santos's management has made it clear that they are monitoring Neymar's situation closely and are open to exploring the possibility of bringing him back to Brazil, although nothing is finalized just yet. In the short term, Neymar's future seems to lie in Brazil, either with Santos or potentially another club in Brazil's top league. His time in Saudi Arabia appears to be winding down, and with his contract expiring soon, he will have the freedom to choose his next destination. Given his injuries and the relatively limited impact he has had in Saudi Arabia, it is understandable that Neymar is looking to return home and focus on his career's final years with the aim of securing a place in Brazil's national team for the 2026 World Cup. Neymar's time at Barcelona was undeniably successful, and his departure to PSG marked the end of one of the most exciting attacking trios in modern football history, with Neymar, Lionel Messi, and Luis Suarez terrorizing defenses across Europe. His move to Paris, though, has not been as fruitful as many had hoped. Neymar never managed to win the Champions League with PSG, and his personal aspirations of winning the Ballon d'Or also went unfulfilled. Now, as he enters the twilight years of his career, it seems that Neymar's best option is to return home and finish his career at Santos, where it all started. Ultimately, Neymar's journey has been one of highs and lows, with moments of brilliance alongside occasional setbacks. His time at Al Hilal may have been disappointing, but his potential return to Brazil, and particularly to Santos, is an opportunity for him to rediscover his form and give back to the club that helped shape his career. While Barcelona may have been offered the chance to re-sign him, it appears that the club's financial realities and squad priorities will prevent a reunion from happening. For Neymar, the future seems to lie in Brazil, where he can finally close the chapter on a glittering career and leave a legacy at the club where it all began. So what are your thoughts about this? Do let us know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe and check out some of our other videos on the screen right now.